Welcome, Taurus. This is Regina Pacific Tarot getting ready to do a February full moon 2022 reading for you. This particular reading was inspired by the names, traditional names, folk names of the February full moon. Among my favorites are the Hunger Moon and the Wolf Moon in northern, extreme northern, and southern climates. Middle of February is still well into the hibernation season, and food has been scarce for a long time. So when the wolf cries, its cries are louder, more shrill, more plaintive, even melodious, maybe even excruciating, and more frequent. And this suggests to me that this is a time when we can articulate our deepest needs out of our excavation of the last several months of multiple planets in retrograde. So with that, Taurus, I'm going to look at the overall energy of your reading, which is the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is indicating a time of support, nourishment, exposure of intimate vulnerabilities and personal stories, the ability of a circle of emotional support to not only serve to soothe and assuage the difficult times and challenges that we face, but also as a time of celebration for the beauty of such a positive emotional circle that can support us through difficult times. In the past, Taurus, you have the Wheel of Fortune, the Four of Staffs, and the Six of Jades. So you are a giver, Taurus. You have traditionally been the one who has given in your domestic environment, in your work environment. You are one who takes care of the needs of as many people as possible. This is naturally occurring to you to address not only the emotional needs but the aesthetic needs of a community in building a strong cultural and spiritual home for the growth of all involved. Having been through a time of tremendous challenge and difficulty, the universe is now recognizing that it is time for you to receive the kind of care and attention that you've given to others forever. This is you not only being given opportunities to receive, but you understanding within yourself that receiving is a form of giving, and that by providing for others continuously without an expectation of some kind of an equal consideration, that you are depriving your partners, your loved ones of the opportunities to give to you what you have given. And this is you understanding that the rightful circle of love that encircles any loving community, being a work environment or home environment, a collaboration or a partnership of any kind, that both things must be equal and balanced in order to be harmonious. However, at this time you are experiencing some kind of deep emotional satisfaction, some kind of spiritual inspiration, a growth of your family, and a growth in the foundation of your family. In the present, we have these cards, the Five of Pentacles, of Jades, the Four of Jades or Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. So I see you right now taking a time out. Perhaps you have needed to pause or step back and evaluate some of the practices that you are currently engaged in. You're really looking to understand some of the difficulties that you've been experiencing in terms of not belonging within the community of choice, feeling excluded, feeling rejected by members of your community or that traditional community that has always embraced you, feeling as though you recognize some differences in the values of that community of support, that family of support, and recognizing that instead you can be a model of this maverick urge that you're experiencing, a way of breaking out, a way of changing the mold, changing what has traditionally been your primary form of support and community. At the same time, you are involved in somewhat of a struggle to hold on to and guard what you have. So this is translating to me with 3 4s here on the table. You are very concerned with your security, with your protection, with your establishment. You do not want to let go of what it is you've built, what it is you've gained, what you've earned. At the same time, you are proceeding towards this change. You are recognizing that this change in the way that you have exchanged, communicated, shared resources must change. You want it to change, and you're looking at leading that through your own experience. Being fundamental to this environment, you recognize that by your identifying ways in which this can be improved, that you can improve the entire situation. But it is requiring a lot of inner work on your part. And this is difficult. You feel very guarded, you feel suspicious, you feel defensive that others seek to take away from you something that you have earned, something that belongs to you. And you are at the same time recognizing that things need to change. In your immediate future, we have the 8 of Staffs, the Warrior or the Knight of Jades or Pentacles, and the Servant or Page of Cups. Interesting, there is now a lot of communication coming to you, a lot of new information and ideas. Perhaps those partners or significant relationships are joining together in some important work that you are now able to achieve and move toward through a concerted effort that is much greater than the effort you could be making on your own. It also indicates a lot of new information, new communication, and communication that is pointed. So if there are things you've been working on, writing, publications, communications at a global level, these things are moving much more favorably than they have in the past. The Knight of Pentacles is indicating your need for practical, concrete steps. You want to see the proof in the pudding. You are not satisfied with communications about or information about what it is you're building. You need to see those steps concretely applied and manifested. However, at the same time, I see you opening up at a very deep level to the imagination, to your imagination. And this can come through children, this can come through communications, this can come through inspirations, primarily inspirations of an aesthetic nature, artistic nature. This is you opening up to the world of your own aesthetic competencies and vowing to become a beginner again, to recognize in others aspects of yourself that are buried, that have not been given sufficient attention or care in which to be nurtured. So you are looking at growing your own capacity, not only for support, but for imaginative potential, for recognizing potential in things that have been formerly bound to the necessities of life. You are releasing your understanding of what you can build, what you can grow, what you can cultivate that is not necessarily tied to objects that address our needs and wants. I'm going to clarify these cards with the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot. I'm going to clarify the Wheel of Fortune with the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. This is beautiful. This reading to me is very clear cut, but these three cards are telling me a story of tremendous success. So the way that you have been working most recently, Taurus, and probably characteristically is towards that wealth building, that community of prosperity, that legacy of generation. This legacy of generation indicates your ability and desire to build wealth that can be shared among your loved ones in a way that they can continue to generate this abundance. Moreover, the opportunities you have at present to receive much of what you have given to others is creating an independence for you. This has become part of your own self-reliance. Through all of your communal and collective desire to build this community, you have also built your own abundance, your own self-reliance, your own independence and security. This is part of your personal protection, and this is part of what you have been very careful and cautious at this time to protect. This does not exclude you from the community that you are a part of. Instead, it is an additional benefit that you have earned. In and among what you share with your tribe, you have something of your own, something that you have gained and built for yourself, and something that you are now understanding that you can build and cultivate on different grounds, on different terms, on terms of your own imagination, your own self-care and nurturance, to build something, to dream something formerly unimaginable. This, I could say, is even the birth of an artist. I'm going to finish off this reading, Taurus, with an oracle card. And if you've enjoyed this reading so far, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you to all of you who have done so and who continue to do so. I'm deeply appreciative, and I have pulled the Crystal Oracle, and it really matches the Cups card here. And the stone is an Amazonite. I'm wearing an Amazonite. The key word is life purpose. I'm fully aligned to and living my life purpose. I'm going to leave it here, Taurus. I thank you for your time and attention, and until next time, Namaste.